Here we are. Good evening, everyone. I'm Professor McCoy. Good evening, and welcome back to The Wind Waker. Sorry for the odd schedule this week. As you will see either in the description, or in the channel, or on the Twitter, or on the Facebook, or on the Discord, or wherever you find me, I have a new video out. I was editing on Tuesday, so you'll forgive that. I'll say those classroom types of videos. Oh, that's right. Okay, before I talk about that, I found out what this is about. And that switch over there, that switch, requires iron boots. So not doing it. Not just yet. So anyway, that's what that is. Let's go to Headstone Island. No, we don't need to go to Headstone Island. We need to go to Fire Island? Whichever one's closer. Island of Steel. There's a Triforce chart in there, I think, but I think we already got it. Great fish, Cyclops. Where are they? Fire Mountain. There's Fire Mountain. Where's Ice Mountain? Anyway, while I'm trying to figure this out. As I was saying, those kinds of class videos I actually really like. And I will say, it is not, I promise, it's not because it's just easy to produce. Now, it is easy to produce. They're actually spectacularly easy to produce compared to almost any other video that I do. They're some of the easiest to actually edit and put together. I will say they're a little bit difficult to film because I'm having to do it in class, and I like to try and be careful not to get too, especially as I've gone through time, I try to be careful not to get too much of my students in it, because it's they're not there to be filmed, you know. Regardless of, yes, part of it is that it is a discussion-based class, so part of what they have to say is relevant, but still, it is it's my class, especially for you guys, the online audience. My students didn't sign up for that sort of thing, not exactly. They kind of did. The syllabus does have provisions for recording, so they kind of signed up for it a little bit, but not in the way that I am. Not in the way that I do it. Not in the way that I've signed up for it, so to speak. In any case, as I was saying though, it is pretty undeniably the easiest kind of video for me to die already. See if I can get to this. Oh, shoot. Let me try it. Let's see if I can get it. Yay! Alright. Sweet. It's deep here. Well. Anyway, but yeah, it's it may be a little bit difficult to film, but it is it's some of the easiest to produce, all told, especially to edit. But then beyond that, in addition, I like it. I think that it's one of the better formats as far as me getting material across as well. Because it most closely represents my it fits best within my expertise. Let's put it that way, right? Because my expertise is as an educator, right? So, you know, it's my strictly and straightforwardly classroom educational stuff that is the thing that sorry. The thing that most closely resembles, or most closely fits with what I specialize in, what I do best. You know? So, let me check my beetle chart. Could have gone the other direction. It's an ordinary beetle here, but I can check. Oh, he stopped for me. That's so nice. Let's see if there's anything I can or should buy here. Do I need any more? I need hoi pears, so I'll buy a few hoi pears. Hey, Base. Happy Thursday to you, too. Yes. I'm gonna buy enough to get 30 points. I'll probably make use of them at some point, so why not? The in-game shop has a nice reward system. Gotta love it. Let's see what this is. Oh, you saved up 30 points. You've earned a silver membership. We give a luxurious gift to all of our silver members. It's the least we could do. I'll send it to you shortly. It should be arriving at a postbox near you any day. Promise me you'll await it anxiously. Next, try to earn our gold membership. How many points do I need for gold membership? I need bombs, actually. I want to talk to you. It doesn't say how many. Okay. Oh, you saw the lecture. Good. What'd you think? I mean, aside from nicely done. I'll say that the whole fact opinion thing has been a pet peeve of mine for basically the whole time I've been teaching. It has been, which at this point, by the way, wow, I just realized I've been teaching for more than 10 years at this point. Nuts. That is nuts. I'm old. I am ancient. I am the land. But no, it's been on my nerves since at least 2015 or 16, which is when I really first recognized that it was a problem. Ooh, hold on. I'll put my coffee down if I'm going to do the jumpy things. Yeah, I first recognized that this was an issue probably 2015 or 16, something like that, when the world started going mad, you know, give or take. Near the beginning of Clown World. That's when I really caught it. I really noticed that this was a pervasive issue, that there was this kind of miseducation problem, specifically having to do with this one distinction that we all learned, and we all learned improperly, right around kindergarten. Like I said in the lecture, and like I noticed, well, I knew it was coming, so I knew to look for it because I've been lecturing about this, and I've been making this distinction in class and publicly online. I've been making this distinction very loudly for at least 5 years or so now. It's a while since I recognized it as a problem. But yeah, I knew what to look for in Search's kindergarten workbook stuff. I knew to look for the fact opinion distinction problem and how it's put forward, and how it being put forward like that is such a problem. And what do you know? As you saw from the class lecture, I included, I guess, scanned pages from Search's homeschool kindergarten book from last year, which had this crap, and I was having to desperately try and fix the damn thing. Basically by skipping over those parts. Teaching her what she needed to learn. Oh, wait. Oh no, that's Dragon Roost behind it. I was gonna say, I didn't think Fire Mountain was that tall. What in the world? Anyway. I mean, it is pretty tall. I guess. Should I go to the platform? Nah, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just going for it. We'll get it. We'll see. Yay! Red rupee. All right, not bad. Not bad. I'll take it. Okay. I forget where I need to shoot the damn thing. Oop, there's a treasure chart thing here. Is it a Triforce chart or is it a treasure chart? No. Treasure chart, presumably. Paw print. Here it is. Okay. Alright. Let's see if I can do this one. Well, that's really close. Oh, I passed it. Okay. Hopefully that's good. There we go. Oh yeah, I brought up the distinction of Dodungo's Cavern stream for Ocarina of Time. Oh, you remember that specifically? Wow, well done. I did not remember when I talked about it, because I talk about it a lot. Silver rupee, okay, not bad. I'll take it. Where do I shoot? Do I shoot up there? Ah, it does work. That's really weird that that works like that, but okay. Oh. Uh-oh. I have to get to the top quickly, don't I? I did not. I forgot that entirely. No, you don't. Oh, come on, man. Shoot. Ow. Okay. Okay, so yeah, there is a very specific way that you have to go up. I don't remember what it is. So, wish me luck, fellas. I think it's this way, right? Looks like it. A. Okay. Hopefully, I should have plenty of time here. At least I think. That was close. That seems like unnecessarily dangerous to jump into the still slightly active volcano. Oh, wait. That's why. I didn't realize you could kill them. Uh-huh. Ah, you went back to find it a few weeks ago. Okay, cool, nice. Like I said, it's one of those few distinctions that I think is just absolutely so crucial to how we think just in general. I mean, I'll say specifically how we do philosophy, but even beyond that, just how we think. That the fact that we screw it up so badly is just an absolute embarrassment. It's a massive problem, especially for ethics, but not exclusively. Now, I talked mostly about ethics in that particular lecture just because it's an ethics class, right? And I mentioned it briefly that one of the things that gets dismissed as just an opinion is ethics, right? Value statements. Hey, Imsimp. Good evening. Hope you're doing well too. Hey, John. How you doing too? Yeah. I mean, there's a reason that I call it educational malpractice, right? It is. It's miseducation. I mean, it's... Oh, come on, man. It's almost certainly not deliberate. Oh, you're playing Pokemon Scarlet. How is it, by the way? I have not played the very recent Pokemon games. I'm curious, though. Oh, wait, you wiped in a modern Pokemon game? That sounds embarrassing. Now, listen, I'm not saying that it is embarrassing. I'm just saying that it sounds embarrassing. Um, it's because I know that modern Pokemon games have the go to Ice Ring Island. That's the one I was thinking of. Um, have a reputation for being rather easy. Oh, okay. Your Nuzlocking didn't have ground type for Electric Gym. Oh, okay. That explains, I guess. Okay. You're making yourself a challenge because there's not as much of one in a lot of modern Pokemon games, and honestly, most Pokemon games. The challenge is relatively minimal. Yeah, it's okay. Go a little bit at an angle. Don't cannon me, please and thank you. Imsim said, today when I was subbing, I covered an all honors class. It was very quiet. I decided to read some chapters from the Mystical City of God. Is that a book I've read? See what your thoughts. Mystical City of God. You don't mean Augustine City of God, do you? Or is this something else? I'm not sure. I've read Augustine City of God, if that's what you're talking about. But if you're talking about something else, no, I don't think so. Oh, Bays earlier said it's a disservice to opinions. Yeah, that too. That too. By Venerable Nun Mary of Agreda. No, I haven't heard of it. Interesting. I'm assuming with a title like that, it has to have at least something to do with Augustine, right? I would think. That it's at least sort of alluding to or referencing Augustine's text of a similar title, that sort of thing. That's my guess. Then again, I haven't read it. You know, I don't. But yeah, so like Bay said above a little bit ago, it does a disservice to opinions and not just to facts as well, because it treats things that actually are opinions, like everything you believe, as if it has no truth value, as if they're non-propositional. Which, I mean, first of all, it's obviously false. If you think about it for like 5 seconds, you will realize how obviously false the traditional dichotomy between fact and opinion is. But then also, it's used to reinforce what I think is not just one of, but absolutely the greatest travesty in philosophical history, which is Hume's various distinctions, particularly the fact-value false dichotomy. But then also even some other things like the problem of induction is to some serious degree supported by the treatment of opinions as value free, and then just shunting a whole bunch of things into opinions, which sometimes gets labeled even things like causal statements, right? What human doesn't like. But yeah, no, it's one of those things that that I really think it's a big problem. Excuse me. And it kind of makes you wonder how this kind of a problem found its way into every elementary school in the country, maybe the world. Like, I don't know if there's a non-demonic explanation for that sort of thing. Oh, no. There's a treasure. Should do it. Sim says so about the honorable city, or the mystical city of God. It's a book on the life of the Virgin Mary. It's not scripture in the sense of it adding to the deposit of faith, but rather giving more detail and clarifications on scripture as sort of Bible study. Okay, so like a Lectio Divina sort of thing, or more measured, I guess. Maybe you'd say less mystical, which is odd given the title, but maybe. Says it goes into detail about things in the Old Testament. It says Adam and Eve looked exactly like Jesus and Mary, so much that Satan believed Adam was Jesus, and it was urgent to destroy him. Interesting. Is that a theory from anywhere else? Because that sounds really familiar, and I know I haven't read that book. Either way, it's a fascinating potential theory. I like it. I mean, with man being made in the image and likeness of God, yeah, presumably we would. I mean, if Adam, not if, given that Adam was the first man Satan ever saw, yeah, it would make sense for him to mistake Adam for Christ, for the God-man. That actually does make a lot of sense, regardless. Oh, it was Satan regarding the spread of humans distinction. Oh, I meant specifically the fact value, not fact value, the fact opinion distinction in elementary schools, right? That distinction in particular, put in that specific way, is absolutely everywhere and has been for a very long time, which is really weird. Like I said, Satan, perhaps. I mean, that's how a lot of bad ideas spread, so. I don't know why I'm doing this. Shouldn't I be doing Headstone Island first? Also, yes, it does give that new layer to Christ's title as the new Adam. Absolutely. God, that frickin' sound. Link. It's every time I let go of the stick. Link, my dude. Chill. No. Come on, Link. Damn it, Link. Why are you like this? I got the rupees now. Go full speed-ish. But how Peter walked on water and the water didn't turn to ice, like some believe. But, oh, really? Yeah, I have heard that. It's I think that's one of those, like, those attempts to like over naturalize the gospel miracles, or just miracles in general. It's like the idea of Moses parting the Red Sea, that it was really the Reed Sea, which was a narrow part of the Gulf, one of the Gulfs right there, and that it was parted in the sense that there was a strong wind that blew, and it blew the water out to sea, and because the water was blown out to sea, that it receded significantly and exposed a land bridge or something, like those kinds of things. I don't like. I stop it. No, God said whoosh, and it went like a wall on either side. Jeez. Okay. I can't get through there. I need that chest. You're gonna slide me. You little fuck. Ooh, it's a fairies. I don't need you right now, but I'll take the... Oh, God, really? I didn't know I could do that. There you go. Well, I'm low on time here. Is this a... I forget if this is a C item, or a equipable item, or if it's a pause-equip item thingy. Iron boots. The iron boots. And Sim says, my sister, a nominal Catholic with very liberal views, since St. Joseph is in hell for marrying Mary when she was 14. I told her they were both celibate. She said it doesn't matter. That's gross. First of all, judge not lest ye be judged. By which I mean what the church means. That we are not to judge who is in hell. There's a reason the church does not canonize? Not canonize, because that implies the opposite. But doesn't canonically state who is in hell, right? There's a good reason for that. And it's that we don't know who and why God saves. So, first of all, shut up, that's heresy. Second of all, first, second point, because there's multiple parts to the second point, that there are multiple interpretations for Joseph and Mary and Joseph's comparative age. On the one view, the more Western view, I suppose, the Kenan view, if you will, that the young Joseph view, if he was, a young man, if he was 20-something, if he was an established young man, and that he intended to marry her in an ordinary sense, and she was 14. I want you to listen to me very closely, Imp Simp sister. That's perfectly normal in that particular social context. It's not perfectly normal in our social context, but biologically, in terms of marital relations, that's perfectly normal. The reason it's wildly inappropriate in our social context, and I'm not saying that it isn't appropriate and that it isn't inappropriate. It is wildly inappropriate to marry somebody that young, whether you're that young or not, doesn't matter. It's wildly inappropriate in our social context because you absolutely cannot, in today's modern world, at least in the West, be psychologically, socially, and economically established by 14. In the ancient world, you could, right? Because marriage, recall, is not just a biological arrangement; it's a social arrangement. Because it's a social arrangement, it matters it matters when you get married. If you get married too early, then you're not prepared for it. If you get married too late, then you waited too long, and you're not going to be able to fulfill the commands of marriage, which is to raise children. Right? Your children will die you'll die before your children are old enough to fend for themselves. That sort of thing. Right? So again, there are limits to marriage, and these are natural limits. Some of them are biological, others are social. If you're not ready for marriage in this economic or social or psychological sense, which might vary wildly depending on when and in what context we live. Like today, For a lot of people, 18 is way too young to be married. For some people, 16 is old enough. I don't think, in our social context, probably not 14 for just about anyone. Almost certainly not. Probably not 16 for most people, for almost anybody either. There are probably a few exceptions. But 18 is too young for most people. Really. And I mean that. And that also means, by the way, that 18 is too young to be having sex, because if you're too young to be married, you should not be having sex. Obviously. Like, obviously. I don't need to say that. In any case, the other part of this point is John's alternative, that she might not have been 14. She might have been 15, 16, 17, 18. She was probably less than 20. That's what we can figure. She was of a normal age to be referred to as a virgin. That is to say, a marriageable age young woman. There you go. Also, here's the other point. If you're going to condemn St. Joseph for marrying Mary when she was 14, you'll have to condemn 98% of your ancestors. So, go ahead. Sure. I guess we're back to the whole massa damnata theory. I thought liberal Catholics were closer to Universalists, but what do I know? Well, there you go, like Imsims just said. There you go. I didn't see that post yet. He says, the irony is that my grandfather was 32, dating my grandmother, who was 15. They were married 3 years later when she turned 18. This was in rural Mexico in the early 1950s. And I don't see a problem with that. Probably. I mean, maybe. I don't. But I have no reason to assume that there was any kind of problem with that. So I mean, just tell your grandpa that tell your sister that your grandpa's in hell. Yeah, she takes it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't ruin the family relationship. But say it nicer than that. But point it out. That's important. Don't take my advice when I'm all hyped up like this. See, look at this. They're married for over 50 years and 9 children. God bless. That's amazing. Amazing. Fantastic. Anyway, though. Yeah, so the other note. Oh, by the way, on that note, on the note I was just getting at point 2.1, I guess. This was 2.2 about your ancestors being condemned. Point 2 on point 2.1, I actually have a video on this. It's an older one, and it's one that I just kind of slapped together at some point years ago in my office, my school office, not even here, from my laptop camera kind of thing. Just because there were thoughts, there was something going on, and there were thoughts, and there was something that I needed to say about it that I thought was fascinating. And it was when Milo Yiannopoulos was being accused of promoting pedophilia because he was saying that he was basically molested at 15, and was saying, you know what, sometimes that's not necessarily the worst thing in the world, right? Which sounds to me like a victim coping, but regardless, I had to talk about at the time the nature of marriage and a lot of that stuff. A lot of the stuff that I just talked about was in that video in a little more detail, a little bit less ranting. So I'll post it in. I'll put it in the description after the stream. I'll put it in Discord somewhere. Maybe philosophy. Maybe history. I'll throw it in there somewhere after the stream. So the other point 2.3. There we go. Is the very distinct possibility that, the very high likelihood, I'll say, that Saint Joseph was marrying Saint Mary as a consecrated virgin. And this is due to her response to the angel Gabriel in the present perfect tense. I know not man. I think it's present perfect. How can this be? For I know not man. Not I have not known a man. Those are very different things. And she says the former, not the latter, in Scripture. And so what this implies to a lot of readers is that Mary and Joseph were never intending to consecrate their marriage. Or not consecrate, they were never intending to consummate. Sorry, they were never intending to consummate their marriage. that she was to remain a consecrated temple virgin. Essentially, she was a virgin and to serve at temple in Jerusalem, and that he was basically appointed as her guardian, more or less. Again, I don't know all of the cultural factors that go into this in the ancient Near East, but there you go. If that's the case, then no problem. Why would this be a problem? It's essentially an adoption at that point. Anyway, Imsim says that's what the mystical city of God says. It says Mary was what? Yukung, as three had taken vows of celibacy, and Joseph likewise did before they met, but didn't specify when or I missed it. I mean, yeah, he may have taken vows of celibacy as taking on this kind of a role. I'll be a goddamn what? Oh, was consecrated as okay, yeah, okay, yeah, and like I said, yeah, that to me is probably the most plausible scenario. Okay, it is a C item. Well, that's annoying. Oh, I fell. No one. How do I... Oh. Anyway, hi T-Baggins. I did not understand what the goddamn you said, but you said something. You sure said something. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Imsim says, it says she spent most of her youth in the temple, where she was treated as a princess, preparing for her role as Mother of God. She baked showbread, cleaned the priestly robes of the Levites. Yeah, all of this tracks with what I sort of always, maybe not always, but assumed since I started taking the question seriously. Okay. Well, I fell. Nah, come on. Shut up, Link. Oh my god. I hate this. Alright, moving on. Oh gosh. Anyway, though, yeah, I think yeah, I don't think there's an ethical or theological problem there to really solve. So there you go. Now what? Ooh, Shark Island. Right there. I can do that now. I have the boots. I have the boots. Let's go do it. Anyway, though. Anyway. Yeah, today we wound up talking about informal fallacies in class. So we finished up like deduction, induction, kind of some deductive logic stuff, and then we went on to start talking about fallacies. Always fun. Oh, excuse me. It's even more fun during election season because I can use examples of stuff like red herring fallacies, which is all politicians ever do. Red herring fallacies, at least in interviews. You have to... Are you speaking in code? I'm afraid that if I say any of what you're saying, T-Baggins, out loud, that it'll be like an activation phrase for somebody else in the chat, and I'll get assassinated or something. Imson Pass, if he may have asked this before, but have I ever played or familiar with the lore for Resident Evil 4? Which one was 4? I think so? I don't think I've played it. I know some Resident Evil lore, but it's if nothing else, it's been a while. I don't think I played 4. Well, in Spain with a cult. Where's the third one? Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. 2 and 3 kind of blend together, you know. Spain with the cult. Okay, yeah, it's ringing bells. I never played that. I did not play that one. With Leo. I did play. Okay, no, I played part of it. The good one. I played part of it. I never finished it though, and I never got too deep into the lore of it. I missed a treasure. That's fine, whatever. It's just rupees. The Spanish town was ruled by a cult in the Middle Ages, and the knights ride in and install Catholicism. The cult worshipped this parasite called Las Plagas. Oh, so that's where Las Plagas comes from. That was the origin of that. Okay, cool. Because I know Las Plagas from the other parts of the series, I guess you'd say. Okay, so I need the boots. I need the boomerang, and I need the hammer. Right? Alright, so if I... get this... Did I hit it? Ah, shoot. No, it missed, because it came back to me, you bastard. Hitting the wrong buttons here, man. It ain't good. I don't know if I'm going to make this. Might need to trim the grass first, too. I'm going to use an arrow instead. Really? That one does not last very long, does it? Ah. Now that switches up. Okay, I need to trim some of the bushes. John is going to destroy this old lady in a Pokemon battle. Oh, well, of course, you know. So, by the way, my favorite little fan theory about Pokemon battles is that Pokemon is very clearly in-universe, like a children's hobby, especially when you think of the dollar amounts involved. Or the Poké Dollar amounts, or whatever, yen equivalent amounts involved. It's very clearly a children's hobby that kids play and bet small amounts of money on for funsies. And so they just kind of have pets who like to fight each other once in a while, and because it's fun and it's cool and it's fun for everybody involved and it's mostly harmless and yada yada yada. Right? Okay, fair enough. Simple, cool, nice. Everybody loves it. Everybody has a great time. And then you come in with your hyper optimized super team of multi-level evolved monstrosity Pokemon and kill the shit out of their poor little Pidgeys or Rattatas or whatever it is that they have. Because for you, this is super serious business. This is competitive. For everybody else in the world, it's just, oh yeah, I guess my pets can do a little fight once in a while because they have a good time. You know, I know I'm being a little bit tongue-in-cheek about it, but like, I think that's kind of a good reading of Pokemon. I got it. Last one. I can do this. Did I get it? Oh? That's weird. Why is it a whirlwind? But anyway, that's my favorite Pokemon fan theory. Oh god, this is a hell of a fight. Okay. Okay, here we go. Really? Oh, shoot. Oh, it's Dark Nut. Okay. Jesus. Okay, fine. I get my shield up in time. What was that? Okay, hold on. There we go. That'll help matters. Okay, there's 3 of them. This is going to be an issue. Oh, it's 4 of them. Oh, I got them both. Nice. Oh, forgot to take my sword out. This isn't good. Bye, helmet. You have a stick? Okay. Wizrobe! Damn it. No! Stupid thinks. Heart. Hey. What are you? Give me that. Damn it. Okay. All right. Poke all these things open. Restock. That was tough. That was a legitimately tough fight. It was a huge, massive fight. Jesus. All right. Poke. Okay. Damn. Future past Pokemon thing. Oh yeah, I didn't like Ultra Beasts in Sun and Moon either. I thought that was really dumb. But... I really wanted to play the Arceus one. Wait, was that really just for a Silver Rupee? That wasn't anything... I mean, don't get me wrong. A Silver Rupee is a lot, but like... with that much of a fight, I really thought it would be something more spectacular than that. Eh. Alright, whatever. Whatever. It's a Silver Rupee. A Silver Rupee is a Silver Rupee. It's fine. I'm not gonna complain. That was a good fight, though. That was good. Jeez. Alright. I'm gonna go to Windfall and do an auction now that I have 1,500 rupees. Yeah, like I said, maybe when we get a Switch, maybe that'll be one we get. Oh, wait. Wait. There it is. There it is. Okay. Windfall. I forget, which temple should I go to first? Baze, you just played this. Is it the north one or the south one? I forget. I know I can get into both now. Is there a recommended or required order at all, or is it just kind of go to whichever now? Well, it's also daytime, so that doesn't help me too much. You? It's a fine thing to be sure, but it's not until I get back to town again that I can relax, know what I mean? When I see the area around this fine-looking gate we got here, well, that's when I really start feeling good. Yeah, that gate in particular just says, at long last, you're home, boy. I suppose that's the feeling I'm talking about. That coming home feeling. Hell yeah, brother. Yep. Jeez. Okay. Good morning. I have a letter. Cash on delivery. Are you serious? Okay. You're gonna send me my reward? My silver membership reward with cash on delivery? Cheap little bastards. Thank you for your frequent patron at the Beetle Shop Ships. Since you have earned 30 points, you have been granted silver... I'm not going to do this voice. One complimentary ID. At all shop ships, bring it to the shop near you. I look forward to your future... Okay. Complimentary ID. Who knows what this is, but apparently you should take it to Beetle. Yeah, sure. I'll go take it to Beetle. He's, like, right there, right? No, he's not. Well, he'll come around. Thought he was right there. Well, guess not. Yeah, the Arceus one really flew under the radar, as far as I could tell. Hey, just so you know, if you ever have money issues, I give good financial advice. You'll come to me anytime, chum. I may not look rich, but I get plenty of cash. Okay. Yeah, sure you do. That seems sketchy to me. Take my bow tie off. What time? It's not that time of night, you know? Okay. Oh, you just sell bombs. Okay, that's boring. Let's go. Alright. Now then. Alright, forget if there are any daytime side quests to do in Windfall still. Oh, that's right, I need to take a picture of her. Okay. I'm gonna go give the picture of his crush to, which I think is her, to the pictograph guy, and see if that gives me the color pictobox. By the way, that is also, I will say, that's a side quest I'm absolutely not going to be able to complete. The take photographs of everything and get statues made thing, because I've already missed a bunch of enemy types. Oh, hi, we meet again. What? Of course, honestly. I'm working. How dare you suggest that? I'm done with all that sneaking around in the dark. In fact, I head off to a faraway island to work in the evenings now, so I won't be seeing you at night anymore. All right? Well, all right. Now you're keeping me from doing my job, so could you please step aside? This way to the only stall with extra fun, happy things for sale. Step right up, please stop by. There's you look happy. Anyway. Yeah. Okay. Somewhere in this town, there's one who, despite constant rejection, never learns love's cruelest lesson. He used to write love letters without rest. Oh, you have to catch this person in the act. Is he her? That's not quite right. I'm terribly sorry, but there is no way I could possibly give this a passing grade. I'm afraid you must retake the shot. When you snap a pictograph, you must be sure to not to snap it too close up. Not zoomed out. Okay. I have to do it of her. Oh, I already took one of her. Silly me. But yeah, I have to take one of, I think it's her. I'm trying to deliver a letter. Imsim says, I would like your advice on my other creative writing work in progress. It's a more science fiction setting, basically a world that exists parallel to ours, where prehistoric creatures still roam amongst man. So, Monster Hunter? Sorry. I'm sorry. I had to get that in there. There are many factions in the world. Two are evil nations. One is the remnant of the Third Reich, bent on turning this world into a world for true Aryans only. Another is a colony of the GDR, Communist East Germany. Okay. From this, I'm getting a little bit of an impression of... What's it called? Like the Hollow Earth kind of... Pulpy Hollow Earth kind of stuff. Maybe it's just the combination of Nazis and dinosaurs. But I'm getting some Hollow Earth type stuff there in there. Ooh. John just caught a level 27 Vespiquen with a level 18 Fletchender. Scariest fight I've done with Nuzlocke. Nice. GameSim says, I want to show that both of these ideologies are hateful and don't work in this brutal world. Since they don't love their neighbor. I want to show that the diverse nations are stronger, not woke diversity. Named the Vespiquen Yas Queen. Of course you did. Of course you did. It's fine. You're the coolest, bud. Yeah. Yeah, I know, thanks. Alright, let's go to nighttime. Wait, it's... There it is. So... the easiest way of doing it is to, especially if you're doing it like as a source book kind of thing, would be having it as something like they're at more or less constant war with each other, because they tend to both be universalistic and expansionist, right? And because they're universalistic and expansionist, they wind up fighting each other or something like that. That might work. That's at least a hint of that's one way of indicating something about why they won't work. There's a nation called the Republic of New Atoka. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Their history is Native Americans and white settlers form a nation of their mutual survival, comprised of Native Americans, whites, blacks, etc. Okay. I mean, you pick the two ideologies that are just about the worst. They're relatively easy to show the flaws in. Read... I don't know if it'll help too much, but getting a feel for totalitarianism and what it does to the person. I mean, if you read Gulag Archipelago, there you go. There's that. But I would also recommend something that I was just talking about in class today. That's Kafka's The Trial, which is really an existentialist novel, but it's also about the existential horror of the totalitarianism of interwar Weimar Germany, especially, but then even moving in from Weimar Germany to the Third Reich. And it's essentially about the curse of uncertainty that we find in totalitarianism, right? That the whole point of totalitarian regimes is to maintain strict order, but that kind of strict implementation of order causes nothing but chaos. And I think it's a good one. It's a good book. It is not the most psychologically pleasant. It will not make you happy to read. It'll probably give you a bit of a sense of existential dread along with the main character. But it is very good. It does actually have a lot to say. So I think it's worth reading. I don't know how. I maybe should read it again. It's right here. I have it right here. This one. Kafka. Franz Kafka, The Trial. This book. Got eyes on it. At least this edition does. Joseph K. Joseph is the guy's first name. Joseph K. Anyway. Yeah, it might be something I want to read again at some point, so let me read along. We'll see. Anyway, yeah, it's a good book. It's, like I said, it's not a fun book, but it's a good one. There are other nations like New Londa, Portuguese Angola, who set aside their differences to create a society where blacks and whites live in equal in harmony through the Catholic faith. Good thing to show. I dig it. I want to show a society that isn't woke or whites apologizing like you see in most media, but a society where the white man and the black man see each other as brothers, who they're willing to die for, and vice versa. Yeah. I mean, a world where people realize humanity needs to stick together or look out for each other. Having a kind of external naturalistic threat helps with that sort of thing, right? Whether it's a naturalistic threat or I mean, even a nationalistic threat, right? So other nations, but a naturalistic threat like prehistoric monsters, that helps. That helps do that. Banding together for survival, that sort of thing. Because then you also have the uniting through common faith, is what a lot of modernist sort of wokist critics will call a form of colonialism, but it isn't. Right? It is inviting in rather than conquering over. There's a radical difference between those two things, and the wokists cannot recognize that difference. John, stop playing Pokemon and rate your store. I mean, keep playing Pokemon, but at least scratch some things down. When I'm doing shit like this, I have a notepad. Do that. Seriously, just have a notepad, or at least have a notepad app on your phone, and just like do some world building while you're doing shit like this. But I'd like to participate in the option. Let's do it. Yep, let's just go. What is it? I'd like to see what the thing is. I have 1,500 rupees. I want to make good use of them. Let's see, what is it? I want to see it. Oh, it's a joy pendant. I don't want it. Should have for 40 frickin' rupees. No. Yeah, I'll quit. I don't want a joy pendant. Especially for 40. It's not even 40. It's starting bid 40 rupees. Insane. Oh, world building's been done forever. Plots developed. You need to actually write it out now. I can't help you with that part. I'm bad at that. I mean, okay. I am writing a full D&D campaign at this point in the world that I've basically already built. So there's that. I've got my nice OneNote document that I throw stuff in there for. I need to spend some of these rupees. But yeah, I do that all the time. So I'm always working on that a little bit by little bit. So long as I can stay ahead of the players actually playing the game, I'm fine. And at this point, I'm wildly ahead, so it's not a problem. At this rate, months ahead of the actual game. Yes, let's auction. I don't know if you can hear the clicking. But here we go. Okay, I need that. Need that. Water on my side. Extremely rare. Precious. 80. Go fast! Oh, jeez. First book worked out in my head. Some characters. Still need to flesh them out. I've written some pieces here and there. Chapters published in my college's called Literary Magazine. Oh, that's cool. Oh, 87. Why did I do that? Oh, shoot. That was stupid. That was a waste. I accidentally hit the button. That was button mashing. Okay, so there's 44 seconds left. Stun them for a little bit. And then wait. So I have 45 more seconds. There. I'll wait it there. Time's running out. That tells me 15 or 30. $200. Oh god, there's 20 whole seconds left. Oh Jesus. Okay. There we go. Okay, so you're spending a lot of time deciding what dinosaurs, what firearms, uniforms of various nations. New Atoka is very Vietnam era 1980s. Uniforms and firearms. That is actually very cool. Oh my god, there's 3 seconds left. Doing 36. That'll do it. Alright. That'll stun everyone for 3 seconds. We're good. The main character is a Green Beret in Vietnam, finds a Soviet device that transports him to this world where they raid a Viet Cong base. He joins the New Atokan security forces. He's an alcoholic with bad PTSD, half native, half white, son of a World War II veteran, and his native wife. He grew up in a reservation, looks mixed, physical embodiment of New Atoka, half native, half white. How about, okay, so how different is this world to real history, and where are the divergences? That's one of the things to really think of for like alternate history stuff like this. Like especially where and notably when are the divergences? Like what difference in ecological development did this survival of maybe dinosaurs or whatever? What difference in ecological development did that have? What difference in human civilizational development did this have? What human events can you keep? What needs to change about them? And what can change completely? Like, was there a World War II? And if there was, did it play out in a similar way to the world? Were the players the same or parallel? Or were there significant enough differences? What difference did the development of this technology and civilization in such a hostile ecology have on, say, the development of weapons technology, defensive technology, civilizational, say, transportation, trade, things like that? Let's do it. Yes. People from different periods get teleported to this world. Initially, they think it's time travel. It's mostly native Stone Age cultures, and suddenly 19th century people begin arriving. Oh, okay. Interesting. So he was in our world. So this guy is from our world, but he finds himself in this new world. Okay. Huh. And the new world is not is its own separate thing. Okay, this is starting to make more sense now. Okay, I'm buying it. I'm buying it. Through, I call it magic, call it weird tech, or whatever you want to call it, whatever. All right, what do we got? Yeah, I'm bring on the joint pen. Portals open up randomly, sort of explaining the missing people, like Roanoke. World War II did happen. The Nazis created a device to predict where portals can open up. After that, oh, okay, all right. I like that. It's reminding me also of the like really pulpy sci-fi from like from around that time period. Once again, a lot of the Hollow Earth stuff has similar vibes to this. Like, the Nazis find their way into some bizarro world. Something like that. I like that kind of thing. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, I think you can draw some inspiration from the from some of the like the pulp serials from the 30s, 40s, 50s, that sort of thing. Definitely draw some inspiration there. Even look at like maybe even like Lovecraft. Some of his more weird science kind of stuff, rather than the spooky old gods stuff. But there's definitely some. There's a way of being Lovecraftian with this. All right, let's go to Gale Isle. Right. I saw Noob Girl, welcome. Good to see you. The Nazis established a colony there. They still waged war. With 80s tech. Man in the High Castle. Okay, Nazis with MP5s. Alright, I dig it. I can see it working. I mean, Man in the High Castle works. It works as a series, so I'm sure that would too. Oh, I gotta go to Beetle shop trip real quick, because I have my membership card, or ID thing, whatever it is. The thing. Let's see what this is. What does this do? Hello. What this? You want to use your complimentary ID? Okay, here it goes. You are so great. Absolutely fantastic. Incredible. And there you go. Isn't it nice to be complimented once in a while? It is, isn't it? Thanks, Beetle. Thanks, Beetle. Imsim says, my inspirations are the Turok comic books. Okay, yeah. Dino Crisis, Metal Gear Solid. What was that? Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. I don't think I've heard of that. Interesting. Jurassic Park 2, of course. Well, right, of course. Hey, if you write very much like Crichton, all the better for you. That's good. That's fantastic. I love his style and adopted elements of it. Good. You might also, I would also maybe say look into some stuff by Larry Correa. I know I said Monster Hunter talking about the other Monster Hunter, but his Monster Hunter series is that kind of I guess urban modern fantasy that might with like, you know, modern weaponry and stuff that you might like. Also, cool dude. Like I follow him on Twitter and he's a cool guy. Larry Correa, Correa, or it might be AEA or something like that. Wait, Correa is your name? Oh, neato. Correa or Larry? Could go either way. Oh, so is it spelled the same way too? That's interesting. Yeah, here we go. It's right there. Yeah. Oh, it's Triforce. It's you from an alternate timeline. Oh yeah, absolutely. Now, careful not to ape his style too much then, because if you actually do wind up getting published, you don't want to be like one, confused with him, which wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing because he's a good author. But then also people to think that you are just like copying, you know. So there's that. But yeah, check his stuff out. I think based on what you're saying here, I think you probably like his stuff. I've only read a couple of things, but what I've read is good, and like I said, he's a cool guy. He's a cool guy. That's interesting. Uh-oh. I'm in danger. Wimdy. I don't know why I walked around that, but there you go. Oh, and I need to hammer it. I see. I need to break it. Is this the one with Medley, or is this the one with Mako? I forget which is which. Wow, that was easy. Ooh, jeez. He's right there, isn't he? Oh, he has an I in his name. Yay. Oh, that's what it is. It's an I. I knew there was a bunch of vowels at the end. Couldn't remember which ones. Yours is Spanish spelling. Okay. So, yeah, okay. It's slightly different. Interesting. Okay. This sounds so liturgical. Oh, his Portuguese spelling. Okay, that makes sense. I actually don't know if he's initially Portuguese. Oh, he was. I didn't know. If is he Mormon or did he like fall into and then out of? It really is you from another universe. Yeah, you from the European nation next door, I guess. He did convert. Oh, I didn't know that. Kind of sad, but okay. Um, I mean, he's also known very well on the internet as like a right wing extremist. So there's that too. I don't know. He actually isn't, but he's vaguely right of center, which to the internet in the sci-fi writing world means he's a right wing extremist. Yeah, he's me. Yeah, yeah, I guess so. Ooh, a Kokiri. Are you the new hero? I am Fado of the Kokiri tribe. Wait, was he one of the ones from Ocarina? Please, someone tell me. Was Fado one of the ones from Ocarina? I don't think he was, but I need to take the alt path and return to the faith. Yes, I agree. No, he wasn't. Okay, I didn't think so, but they got the sound right. They got the naming convention spot on. I know I appeared to you as a child, but the eyes can oft deceive. I am most esteemed sage. Cool. I had been praying here so that the power to repel evil would continue to be contained within the blade. Oh gosh, excuse me. I need to finish my coffee. Within the blade of the Master Sword. I was attacked by the evil Ganondorf, and this is what happened to me. You wish to return the power to your blade, don't you? In that case, look for the one who has the same instrument that I hold, and teach him the song you just played. Okay. Once you do, I'm certain the holder of the instrument will feel the blood of the sages awaken within his veins. He doesn't have veins. He's kind of a root, like a little turnip fella. That Wind Waker you hold was used long ago to conduct us sages when we played our song to call upon the gods. In those days, it was always the king who conducted for us. Please, tell the king that I will still play, even in the next world. Okay. I mean, it's being the Red Lions, right? That's what you mean? What's your name? The Growlithe? Do you want a meme name or you want a cool name? You can probably come up with either. Right, Forest Haven it is. Either. That doesn't help me. Wait. His name is not Forest Haven? Okay, fine. That doesn't make any sense. Or Growlithe, but whatever. You do you, bud. Yes, I agree. Especially for Nuzlocke, I agree with Erica. Pick a naming convention. Pick a thing and stick with it. Whether that's like cereal brands, kinds of pastries, people you know, celebrities, islands in the Wind Waker. Don't pick that one, that's dumb. It's a really dumb naming convention. There we go. I did not say Forest Haven and it is in that context. That is not what I meant, and that was very clear. Deadzo. Unbelievable. how easy that was. Saoirse's naming all her Pokemon after fruits. It's true. She started off with her Totodile named Blueberry. What are the other ones? She's got what's Apple? I forget which one Apple is. I forget who Apple is. Is that her Pidgey? Oh, the Zubat is Apple. Huh. Okay. Boink. Her Sparrow is named Pepper, which is about right. I dig that. I dig that one. Because they're spicy birds. Really? Angry birds. Yes, they really are. They really are angry birds. I like Sparrow. Spearow, not Sparrow. Sparrow is the actual animal. Anyway. Controller's buzzing. My apologies. Here's what I needed. Where'd it go? There it is. Okay. Can I get up there? No, I can't. Okay. Yeah, the other thing I was thinking about is been in the news lately has been the latest FBI Russian plant psyop, which is just a fascinating one, really. You know. So for those of you who don't know, go check it out in the Discord. There's been stuff shared around. Essentially, Tenet Media, which is Lauren Chen, that's Roman Millennial, her new media company with Benny Johnson, I think, right? Benny Johnson's in it. Dave Rubin used to be, but I think he left it. He left the network. Matt Christensen, Tim Pool, and some other guy whose name I can never remember. I call him Beard Guy. Apparently, there was, like, Russian money involved in investing in the media company or something, which honestly to me sounds like one of their patrons, like on Patreon or you know, Subscribestar, I guess, had a Russian passport or something like that. It's the FBI. It's probably completely made up, but to the extent that it's true, it's probably that innocuous, almost certainly. But it's a big deal because, legally speaking, because it is a media company that discusses politics, and it is funded by an international investor that apparently concealed its international status or something. Again, all of this is according to FBI reports, and as best I understand it, which is not particularly well. Whether the law involved or the precise details of the situation, neither of which I fully understand. But in any case, it's my primary takeaway from this is it involves mostly people who I have very good reason to trust in terms of their journalistic and punditry integrity, versus the organization in the world that I have like the least reason to trust, like the FBI. It seems to me very likely that it is entirely a psyop and that it's another election fortification and not much more. John says the number he's seen is 10 million. Something about breaking sanctions or something. Maybe. Again, sanctions are an act of war, so I don't think we should be doing that. Yeah, I don't think we should be declaring war with another nuclear superpower. So, yeah, sanctions are an act of war. We shouldn't be doing it. Hey, Harplar, no worries. No worries being late. Welcome anyway. We're talking about politics now, so I guess. Or at least we're talking about vaguely politically connected bullshit that's happening. But yeah, like John said, he agrees it's dumb election stuff. Yeah, that's all. That's all it is. And yeah, I also feel bad for Chen and her husband. I really feel bad for them because if nothing else, it seems like they got. If I had to guess, they basically got caught up in a either international or national spy game, which no one wants to get caught up in that shit. Like, I don't. Good lord, no. That's horrific. Himsim says the more I read into Korea, the more I see myself. He's really big into guns, even being an instructor. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He was recently in a big Twitter fight about it. In fact, I was just that's actually what made me think of it. I was seeing some of his recent gun tweets. Yeah, some time travel. I moved a chair and this happened. Yeah, pretty much, pretty much. How are things? As you can see, I am slowly growing older and feebler. It is only my wisdom that is full of vigor lately. But that is just the way of life, child, and not cause for sadness. Is there anything you wish to know? Just ask, and I will aid you as I may. What you wish to learn about? Can you Red Lion? Sure. When the worst of all possible events comes to pass, and Ganon is revived once again, one shall seek the hero who is destined to defeat the great evil. That is the destiny the goddesses have placed upon the king of Red Lions. Since that day, he has been sailing the great sea in search of a young hero not unlike yourself. But I cannot yet reveal to you the truth behind who that boat really is. He already showed me. Perhaps if you were able to defeat Ganon, as the hero of old once did. Then all will be revealed to you. Until then, you must proceed in your quest, Link. Do not lose your way. Okay. Thanks. Can I get down? Can I get down? Yeah, okay. Where the heck is Mako? Sprinky. But yeah, it sounds like they basically just got entrapped by the FBI and or KGB. Maybe both. Which, man, that sucks. That really sucks. Where's the... Do I have to fly to that one? Nope. Damn. Okay. Constantly want to make the joke that Twitter is now the X-Files because it's X now. Yeah. Yeah, I get it. That's a good one. There's so many stupid X jokes. I don't know why he did this. I think it's just that Elon Musk is 14 and he thinks that the letter X is really cool. That's it. That's all it is. I gotta swing. Because didn't we all think... I mean, more like 8, really, than 14. Because didn't we all think X was like the coolest letter when we were 8 years old? I did. Balls. Again. Yeah, he wanted his everything app, and he wanted to call it his favorite letter. That's all. I mean, I get that he needed a rebrand, but... I mean, I guess. Okay, it's fine. And I mean... Well, now I get what's behind SpaceX. Now it makes sense. I mean, it doesn't make sense, but it makes more sense. Simply, the plot of the first book. The Nazis have a secret base in the jungle. They're conducting tests on creating bioweapons. Okay, I dig it. Mutated dinosaurs. The dinosaurs from Jurassic Park. Wait. The Dilophosaurus. The Dilophosaurus from Jurassic Park. Didn't spit venom in real life, but the Nazi engineered them to. Oh, got it. Um, perfect camouflaging raptors. Okay, a lot of this is very cool. They get out, attack the locals. People start investigating. One investigator deduces swing. Need to fly. Need to be lucky. Oh no, I need to go over there. That's what. Okay. Oops. My bad. Let's try this again, shall we? I'm really stupid sometimes. It's okay though. It happens. It happens to the best of us. Broke out. Nazi forces have come in to collect the data. The commandos stop this, go to the base, discover what's going on, slowly uncover the files that reveal the happenings. Okay, yeah, I like that. That is very Michael Crichton. I dig it. Yeah, it's very Michael Crichton. It's very what would you call it? It's a lot of wacky sci-fi intrigue with some fantasy thrown in. I like it. Down to the invisible raptors, other dino horrors. And they're after the Nazi scientists who's still there. East Germans and Nazis send in the paratroopers to retrieve the lead scientist. Oh wait, they're working together? See, I would think they would be they'd be foes. They'd be opponents. The two bad guy nations. Really? Needed some of that. And hearts. Need a heart. Not gonna get it, though. Yeah, like I said, I would think... Oh, unless they're like... Are they like competing? Are they racing to capture or racing to retrieve or racing to get the lead scientist? Because that would be an interesting, like... you know, the East German commies basically come in. Where the hell is Mako? Where am I supposed to be going? He's not in the Forbidden Woods, is he? No, he's not. Where the hell am I supposed to be going? Okay, yeah, they're racing for it. Okay, yeah, I dig that. It's the whole factions are competing, but then another third party shows up and throws a wrench into things. I like that. I like that dynamic. Where the heck is Mako? Is he up there? I think he is. Let me get over there now. There we go. Paratroopers face off against each other at the base. The surviving Nuatoken commandos lure an Acrocanthosaurus. Thank you. There we go. Big carnivore the size of a T-Rex. Oh, Carnotaurus is the like shorter name that I know it by. That thingy. The bull-headed one. Very cool. Okay, I like those. I like those guys. They're very cool. Now what though? Do I need to swing? Or how do I get over there? I have a leaf. I'd like to use it. Oh, that does work. Okay. Okay, cool. Not Carnotaurus? Oh. I thought those were the same thing. Man, I don't know as much about dinosaurs as a cool kid would. I'm sorry. Oh, so the Easter... Well, that's kind of a spoiler, but okay, the Easter Omens wind up being the ones who get the scientists, take them back to their base. Oh, well, that's not where I want to go either. Where is Mako? Where is the bastard? No, screw it. I'm gonna go outside. Wait, over there. What's over there? Is that it? And if so, how do I get there? I don't think I can I? I'll try it. Okay, okay. Ooh, maybe it's working. Oh, this is gonna be close. No, save some plot points. Save some spoilers for the book. I'm guessing, and you do not have to confirm or deny this, that the hidden experiment has something to do with either finding or generating a return portal. That's my guess. I could be way off here, though. Could be way off. And that would be perfectly fine. Okay, I need to change the direction of the wind substantially. I'm gonna get it going southeast. Okay. That's my guess, though. But, maybe I'm wrong. Is he in the... God, where is Mako? So far, I really like it. I think that the world does a good job at conveying the themes, and it's a good setting for a good plot. If you want to help with, do you want to help with Mako? I think you need to do the Earth Temple first. Oh, I didn't do the Earth Temple first. Oh, okay, all right then. Yeah, I don't know where he is. I have honestly no idea where frickin' Mako is. Like, it seems ridiculous to me. Freezer dumb. I'm annoyed. Oh yeah, he was already talking about liking and imitating Michael Crichton's style, or following, I guess, for Michael Crichton's style. So I assume he's read Jurassic Park and Lost World. I would assume so. Now what? Now I guess I have to freaking fly back or something? I don't think I can swim all the way to the King of the Red Lions at this point. I'm too far. Oh, wow, that was actually a relatively short distance to fly. Alright, cool. Wow, I killed it. Unexpected. Dead. That. Sim says it's my favorite novel. I love the one thing that Malcolm says, that man doesn't have the power to save or destroy the planet. Even if every nuclear warhead went off, life would survive somewhere somehow. Yeah. Yeah, we're not as powerful as we think we are. Might take millennia, but the world would heal itself. Man thinking they can save or destroy the world is arrogant. Yeah, yeah, I think that's absolutely right. Extended the very sages themselves. The hint will help us find the new sage. Can be found in the shape of the instrument on the rock door. Yeah, I know. Does not look familiar to it. Yes, it does. Why do you think I'm here? Alright, whatever. Let's try the other one. Wait. Headstone. Let's go there. You were a bio major. I had this mentality as a sort of mantra. I wish more people did. I mean, it's in line with what Jordan Peterson's often talking about. Like, stop trying to save the world. You're one guy. Like, stop trying to save the world. You can't. And if you try, you're far more likely to do damage. Even as a species, there's like you're saying, like, I mean, I guess like Ian Malcolm said, the amount that we can do, even as a species, is much more limited than we like to think. Especially genealogically speaking, he says, people complained about sea level rise. And I remember thinking, well, sorry. I remember thinking, well, most of the central U.S. was underwater. It's just the world reverting back to its natural state. I wouldn't say natural state, but a past state. You know? Like, it isn't like equilibrium is a natural part of the Earth's climate. Because it's not. It's not at all. Rather, the climate naturally changes gradually. And, like, for example, global warming. Right? We are essentially at what is probably near the tail end of a minor ice age, of a few 100-year-long ice age. Because there was this thing called the medieval warming period, which was a several 100-year cycle where temperatures were substantially higher than they are now. And it was undoubtedly one of the most, at least agriculturally, prosperous periods in recorded human history. So, hooray, right? Um, on the other hand, if you want a really solid argument against like wanting global warming, like a reason to fear global warming, keep in mind the following: that higher oxygen, higher atmospheric. Oh no, I'm sorry. Flip this. Flip this. You want a reason to really, really like global warming. Sorry, another reason that oxygen, atmospheric oxygen content tends to be directly proportional to arthropod size. And it's primarily due to the limitations on their respiration because they respire through their chitin, right? And so, wow, there's a lot of treasure in there. Nah. They respire through the chitin. So what this essentially means is that bugs get bigger when there's a more oxygenated atmosphere. So if you like spiders the size of house cats, or dragonflies the size of birds, or mosquitoes even more annoying than they are now. If you've ever played D&D, fought a bunch of sturges, and thought, you know what I'd like to see? This in real life. Then great. Let's keep reducing CO2 emissions. There you go. Anyway, that's a really silly point, and it probably is. It's far less significant than I'm making it out to be. But you know what? If you're, oh gosh, excuse me some more. If you're willing to consider it, then consider it. There you go. Imsim says, despite changing majors in college, I always think like a scientist and ask those kinds of questions. Yeah, I mean, that's good. Like, don't... Like, I like I've said a lot of times, I tend to be rather interdisciplinary in my focus and in my ideal academic setup, I guess. Call it. Woo. Um, so I have a great deal of respect for uh yeah, see I need to find him. I have a great deal of respect for other disciplines, and I think that the various academic disciplines can work together. John says, I actually wouldn't mind bigger mosquitoes, less stealthy, easier to deal with. You'd think that, wouldn't you? You don't live in Florida. You don't understand what it's like. Giant spiders and scorpions are See, here's the thing, giant spiders and scorpions. Um there's this great hold on, I have to look it up and read it. You have visited Florida. It's not the same. You don't understand. Um there's a codex entry from Dragon Age Inquisition about giant spiders. Quote, maybe it's meant to be that size, and the regular ones are miniatures. I mean, a just and caring maker would create them would create them big to start. Then they can't hide. That's what bothers you, isn't it? The hiding. A big one like that, a good 12-footer, sure, it's all fang and such, but you know where it is. Dark places where the veil is weak. You're never surprised by a giant one because you had to go to their house. They're not on your face at night or in your boot in the morning, and if their web is thick as rigging, you don't have to worry about that hair on your neck. Or the baby ones on the breeze. You hate that, right? Hitting a cloud of them when you're riding. Could be a dozen, but you only see one, and you try to smash it, but when you look, the thing is gone. Now your arm itches right to the shoulder, and that hair feels like it's back. But you can't unbuckle your helm because of the gauntlets, and now the hair in your ear is tingly. That's just about the worst, isn't it? I kind of like that. I kind of like the theory that giant spiders would be uh, less concerning than the little ones. Because, like you said, the little ones can hide. You know, the little ones get into your stuff. They get into your house. They get into your hair. Giant spiders. If you find a giant spider, you were looking for it. You know, I, I absolutely love that. I really, really love that. Giant spiders still die to a 12 gauge? Maybe. Birdshot? Probably not. You'd probably at least need buckshot, if not a slug. Probably need to hit the head too, which means the head is near you. I don't know. I'm assuming their carapace is actually pretty tough, and thick. Because again, okay, so what's the largest arthropods? The largest arthropods in our world today are some of the really big oceanic crabs, right? And there are crabs, and there are parts of crab shells that a non-direct shotgun blast will glance off of. Now think of that, but bigger, bigger and land-based as well. I I wouldn't want to fight it. I'm just saying I would not want to fight a giant spider, and it's not because I'm arachnophobic. I am, but that's not why. It's just a particularly dangerous sort of creature. Thinking flight control, double up buck, Beretta 1301, TAC mod 2. Give it a shot. It'll probably work. 9 mil goes through plate steel like butter. Double up buck is 9.9 millimeter shots. Oh, okay. Okay, well, okay, double up buck. Yeah, okay. I probably isn't it a lot lower velocity though? Doesn't that matter? I figured it was a lot lower velocity, and so it wouldn't carry the same kinetic energy. I don't know as well. I don't know guns as well as you do though. So you're the expert. Maybe it'll work. Fingers crossed. Wait, you're saying that double aught buckshot can pierce armor, like steel carrier plates? That's That blows my mind, if true. I absolutely did not think that was the case. Oh, you're talking medieval steel armor. Yeah, okay, okay. Are you sure about that? Because a medieval steel breastplate is thicker and usually, not necessarily, but often better quality steel. At least the high end stuff was better quality steel than you get in like carrier plates. Let me put it this way: I know a lot of the gun tubers who test bullets on medieval armor use what is essentially decorative wall hanger stuff. It's like those guys who run gun drills, like self defense gun drills with airsoft kind of thing, or worse yet, with like Nerf guns. That's kind of the equivalent. Yeah. That it's not to say that the data isn't useful. It's just it doesn't tell you as much as you think it does. It's basically to say that most bullets will pierce low quality medieval armor. So your average soldier on the battlefield, yeah, oh yeah, bullets will take him out. But a well-equipped knight with well-made armor, maybe, maybe not. It might depend how you hit, where you hit, how many times you hit, that kind of thing. You'll scare the shit out of them, but that's different from just shooting them in the heart dead. 9 mil, okay, maybe okay. 9 mil might go through a giant bug. It really depends. I don't know. I'm not confident. I'm not confident enough to say one way or the other. And it is, I will say, rather fortunately, hard to test. I, let me just. I'm very glad that it's hard to test ballistics on pony-size arthropods. Okay, markings indicate. Yeah, I know its markings indicate specific directions. Who would have ever thought? Ah, man, that's so good too. I love it. The the hymns to the gods in this game are just so delightfully liturgical. I dig it. Oops, I love it. Shotguns are spectacularly violent guns. I mean, most guns are pretty violent, but I know what you mean. Another ghost, is it? I assume it's another ghost. Yep, it's another ghost. It's a Zora. Welcome back, Imsib. You can jump back in as to whether you think whether you think double aught buckshot will kill a giant spider. A 12-foot wide giant spider. It's a Zora. Yes, I love it. Okay, so this. Okay, all right. Let's talk about the game for a minute. This basically confirms that the Ruto evolved from or developed from the Zora, which is the weirdest frickin' development ever when you think about, well, the land flooded, so the aquatic people turned avian, but I guess it's because civilization was up on the mountaintops or something along those lines. I don't know. It's really cool. I dig it. I like it a lot. I really think that it's a cool development, and I had forgotten until now that yeah, the Sage was a Zora. And that basically does confirm this connection that was otherwise kind of speculative. That man, I love it. I love it. This is also, by the way, the only Zora in this game, and the only Kokiri as well as the other Sage. But I love that. I love that connection to the older games. I love it. It's so good. It's so good. I love Zelda world building, even if it's wacky. A300 Patrol. If you're looking for an affordable fighting shotgun. Okay. Define affordable, because that's my issue. Oh, here we go. So, what are my thoughts on evolution versus young Earth creationism? I've heard very many different perspectives. The church has no official stance. I think that young Earth creationism is pretty obviously false, and that some interpretations of it are outright blasphemous. $900, oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. That's not bad. By that I mean the interpretations that say that that the world was created roughly 6,000 years ago, give or take, whatever it is, with the appearance of age. That is blasphemous. That is implying that God created the world with the intention of deceiving human beings. That's Satan stuff. That's not how God plays. Um, Imsim says, I've always believed evolution was simply the observable method as to how God created and continues to create new life. Though man is unique, and God infused us with soul. Yeah, more or less. I'm more or less on board with that. Yeah, evolution just describes the even I'm not even going to say the causal mechanism because it doesn't even describe the causal mechanism all that well. It does okay at it, but it completely neglects teleology, which is unfortunate. Um, but yeah, it describes the process by which God gradually creates the world, which is how God does everything. Everything is done gradually and done through intermediaries in the story of creation. You'll notice this if you read scripture. Um, and then further, you say man is unique in that God infused us with a soul. Maybe, probably, not necessarily. Two objections. One, soul refers to anything living. So plants and animals have souls, but we don't have they don't have immortal souls like we do, and they don't bear the image and likeness of God. The other potential objection I have is that we, meaning biological humans, Homo sapiens, may or may not be the only rational animals bearing the Imago Dei. Um, I was just getting into an argument about this on Facebook today in one of the Saint posting pages. I forget where. Um, Basically, it was somebody else saying the whole like aliens are demons, man. God couldn't have created aliens. God made man unique, and mankind is the only ones with immortal souls, and anything else is just a demon or an animal. And you might as well baptize my pet turtle if you baptize aliens. And I'm just like, okay, one, heresy. Literally, that view that God cannot have created other worlds with as ours. In other words, worlds like ours. That is other planets, essentially other planes, other realms, whatever you want to call it. The distinction was unclear in the 13th century when this was condemned, but God could have created other planets, life-bearing, with what are effectively humans, what I would refer to as heterosapiens. That is dogmatically defined by the Ordinary Magisterium in 1277. So yeah, no, the whole aliens are demons, and we know this through biblical faith. Um, yeah, that's heresy. That's explicit heresy. So yeah, there's that. um, the other thing is assuming that biological human beings are biological species as opposed to our metaphysical species being rational animals, our biological species being Homo sapiens, like the genetic species. Our biological species, assuming that is the only rational animal, or the only creature created in the image and likeness of God, or the only creature with an immortal soul, is just, I mean, it's presumptive racism, right? It's the same view that the Protestants in early modern Europe had of the Native Americans. They assumed, a lot of Protestants, not all, but a lot of Protestants, assumed that the Native Americans must have been fallen in some way, because there was no way they could have been descended from Adam. There's no way they could have gotten there, right? And so they're not. It's not that they're actually, sorry, I misspoke. It's not that they're fallen. It's that they're subhuman specifically. It is the exact kind of rhetoric that you hear with these. I'm gonna remind them they're aliens, that we're the only ones made in the image of God. Rax shotgun, speaking of which. Rax bolter, whatever. You don't rack a bolter, but whatever. You get the point. I mean, pump shotguns are not bad. Maverick 88 from Mossberg 200. I'm tempted by that. That's tempting. Evolution is Masonic and therefore evil, don't you know? No, I don't know that. Because it's not, but whatever. It's Jesuit, which might be a reason to suspect it, but No, the Jesuits. Seriously, Jesuit scientists were some of the earliest and most prolific researchers into genetics. So there. Maverick 88 is the best shotgun you can buy at that price point. Okay, I will keep that in mind. I will keep that in mind. Anyway. But yeah, that's some of my thoughts on evolution versus young Earth creation. Some of my thoughts on I guess you can say some of my thoughts on polygenism. I think polygenism is theologically possible, which is a heterodox view. It's not heretical because it's not condemned. It is it's one of those proceed with caution things in terms of magisterial teaching. But yeah, I think that polygenism can be perfectly well reconciled to original sin, and it has to do with the falling of all creation and the transmission of original sin not purely through generation, through physical generation, which is controversial to say the very least. But I think it's necessary to explain a lot of, at least, to explain potential features of the world, which is important. I think we should be able to explain any feature of the world that could potentially exist, that God could have created. We have to explain how God could have done it. I think that's well, not that we have to. That goes a little too far, but that it is the job of philosophers to at least attempt to explain them. That is that explaining hypotheticals is part of how we understand how the world actually is and explain what we actually know about the world. Right, anyway, let's listen to the nice Zora ghost. A great hero, chosen by the Master Sword. My name is Laruto. I am a Zora sage. For an age I offered my prayers here in the Earth Temple, praying that the power to repel evil would ever remain within the Master Sword. Why do I keep yawning when I'm reading? I don't get it. And yet, unfortunately, due to Ganondorf's evil designs, the Master Sword you hold has lost its power. After his defeat at the hands of the Hero of Time, Ganondorf was sealed away, but not for all time. He was revived, and he returned to Hyrule in a red wrath. He attacked this temple and stole my soul, knowing that he had to remove the power contained in that enchanted blade. I am EP. I'm still drinking coffee, and it's. I think I made my bucket of coffee either too big or too small. I'm not sure which. I've barely even touched my beer, because I have a beer here too. It's another mango beer. Good shit. In order to return the power to repel evil to your sword, you must find another to take my stead in this temple and ask the gods for their assistance. You must find the one who carries on my bloodline, the one who holds this sacred instrument. Nothing can stop the flow of time or the passing of generations, but the fate carried within my bloodline endures the ravages of all the years. It survives. The song you just conducted is one which will open the eyes of the new sage, and that will awaken that sage, in that sage, the melody that will carry our prayers to the gods. The door that blocks your way will only open when the sage plays that song. May the winds of fortune blow with you. I don't know why I need to do the sound effects, but I feel like I do. Alright, well, let's try Dragon Roost then, shall we? Dragon Roost is all the way up there. Let's warp. Okay, so you're working on a female character and want my advice to not create a Mary Sue. Maybe I can help. I make characters all the time. Women aren't real. It's fiction, John. You can make things that are fake. It's okay. Sorry. No, I can give it a shot. I'm not a good author of female characters. I will never claim to be. So I'm not sure how much I can help you, but I can give it a shot. I can try. Ooh, I hear her. Back there. What is it? A hole. Ooh. What? The main love interest of the main character is half white, half black. A lot of mixed characters. Her mom was a biologist who cataloged many species. Her father was a mechanic who repaired military, I assume, like... Interesting. Oh, God. I vaguely remember this. Here we go. Let's see. It's a room full of fights. It's a dungeon full of rooms with fights. Ah, I was too slow. Okay, that one's good. Repaired military vehicles. They both died from the same bad case of fever that swept the area. Her brother is a commando, serves alongside the main character. She's a mechanic, having taken over the dad's business. Okay, I like it. I like this so far. Longs to follow in her mom's footsteps, reading her journal. Okay. I think that the way to do it is to make the mom part more like an interest that maybe she isn't equipped for. Like, she's probably not going to be able to formally to really pursue something like that. But she's interested enough to, you know, explore the idea. Maybe something like that. Basically, the big thing to avoid, I think, is to make sure she's not wearing too many hats, you know? Especially if you're going the whole, like, following in the steps of her parents, make sure that she's not overstepping both parents. That's another thing, you know? Ebony skin, bushy hair she ties into a poofy ponytail, isn't formally trained like her mom, was raised... Oh, great. Okay. Then she's a woman telling her how many hats she can wear is misogynistic. Yeah, whatever. Fine. You say that like it's a bad thing. I'm kidding. I would say, honestly, I would honestly say the same thing about just about any character you make. This reminds me of remember when Baldur's Gate 3 was coming out, and we all got to look at all the various characters, and we all got to see their backstories and all that stuff, right? Okay. So I was saying, when Baldur's Gate came out, that basically none of the characters I would allow at my table. Because they are, all of them, like, wildly too successful. Maybe Mary Sue's. I don't know if they're quite Mary Sue's. Gale is 100%. Sorry. Um, probably Shadowheart too. Why am I afraid that this is a mimic? This is The Legend of Zelda. This is not Star Wars. This is not Star Wars. Jeez. This is not. This is not D&D. It's not a mimic. But I'm scared that it's a mimic. It's rupees. Okay, cool. You want to make a classical badass, like Ripley, Sarah Connors. She earns it, and yeah, I think that's important. Initially very terrified, learns to adapt, isn't fighting against the man. Yeah, I think all of those are good. All of those are good things to go for. Rescues a dinosaur, carnivorous Rugops. They adopted, somehow tamed. Throw him a comical puppy dog. Careful. Okay, I'm gonna just say I think that the strange animal companion is basically a puppy trope is maybe overplayed. It would probably, now maybe not, but probably be better to make it more bird-like in its behaviors, like acting like a pet parrot kind of thing, you know. Just based on the idea that dinosaurs are somewhere in between birds and reptiles, you know. Aha. Can I just snag it this way? Eh, boy. I'm still gonna go up there and see what's up, but a deleted scene though. She's a hardcore badass. She still dreams and longs for Kyle Reese, the dead father of her son. In a dream, she crawls into his lap. She cries into his shoulder. Wait, dead father of his son. Did I miss something? It's a dream, but he tells her you need to be strong, stronger than you think you can be for our son. Oh, you're talking about Sarah Connor. Oh, okay. I thought you were just, like, directly using Sarah Connor. I misunderstood what was going on there. Ah! But yes. Yeah. I think that... Yeah, I like that. I like that, that add-on there. We gotta go up. Okay, yeah, like a Han Solo, Princess Leia, they fight and rescue each other thing. Yeah, I dig that. I dig that. Let's do a mail sorting side quest real quick. Yeah, let's get some rupees. Oh, shoot. $20. Yeah. Wait, how do I help the guy outside get the job? How do I do that? I can do that? I didn't even realize I could. I'm gonna go back out there. Because, yeah, that'd be cool. I know I've spoken to him before, and I know he's mentioned wanting to get a job, but I didn't think you could actually... I don't think you could actually get it. Hell yeah, though. That's cool. Yeah, let's go do it. Hey, dude. I've got a bad feeling about this, man. How am I supposed to get up there? Um, I hey, hey, Erica, if you're listening, do you have any advice for Imp on writing a realistic, believable female character that isn't a Mary Sue? By the way, I will say Erica is probably better at writing male characters. I will say, at least according to her, it's because male characters are easier to write, which I buy it. That seems reasonable to me. Write a normal person. Hey, there you go. I mean, yeah. John's overwhelmed by this Titan Pokemon. Basically one shot it. Way over leveled. Oh, over leveled for. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. Um, okay. I thought you were saying you were overwhelmed by it. You're over leveled for it. Okay, that makes sense too. Okay, I talked to this guy. What? What do I do? Do I give him something? Can I give him one of these? Hey, you want this? No, he doesn't. Okay. You want this? Hey, bud. Whoa! What did I just do? Keep it. Yeah, I'm not gonna throw it away. Why did I do that? Wait, the last time you explained why men are easy to ride, I got dragged? You did? I don't remember getting dragged for it. Because I think you're probably right. Like, seriously though, men are relatively straightforward and are relatively easy to write. I tend to think that's actually the case too, so. How do I get the guy the job? Simp, help me out here. Yeah. Yeah, John's right. We're relatively simple creatures. I won't say very simple, but we're relatively simple. I'm gonna shoot a bomb. Flower. Boop. I beat the minigame? I need to beat the minigame. Oh, okay. So I can... Oh, jeez. Come on. Don't do that. Okay, sorting one with 25. Okay, okay. Yes, relative to women, we are simple. Yes, especially in our thought processes and our shape and our biology and our uh, everything, really. Just about everything. And by shape, I actually mean this. Like, okay, so you know the whole pink tax thing. A large part of that is the extreme difficulty in tailoring clothing to women, just because women have a shape to them, whereas men are cylinders, roughly speaking. All right, 25. Let's do it. Oh shoot. Not off to a good start. Shoot. 22. All right, I think I can do it. I think I can do it. I was very close. I can do it again. John says, "Oh man, women's sizing on clothing is cruel and designed to make women feel insecure. I swear." That actually might be true. There have been people who have said that is actually like the case, that there are companies that will just do that. So yeah, I do. I actually. Oh shoot! Really? I'm screwed it. I screwed it up. Damn it! Really? I'm getting imprecise with my thumb inputs. Not great. Well, keep going. I'm net gaining rupees every time. Not net gaining. I'm gaining. I'm just straight up gaining rupees every time, so it's fine. Shoot. $23. Getting closer. John says, like, I worked for a little art shop in Denver for a while, sold a ton of t-shirts. I was scrawnier at the time, men's medium. A women's XL was the same size or smaller than my medium. Oh my god. What? That's insane. That is absolutely nuts. Shoot. That close, man. It might be Asian sizes, I guess. Maybe. That's possible. Might have been women's larges, but they were tiny. Yeah, no, that's... And I mean, also the thing is that in a lot of cases, it's actually shaped, right? It's form fitted. The like, there's a term for it, for like the women's fitted t-shirts that don't fit men. They just don't, because they have it's mostly the narrowing into the hips thing. Yeah. Ooh, Erica's gonna post her list for writing men. Nice. Let's do it. Ah, shoot. Effed it up. I'm so close, man. I'll read it all once it's all out there. I'm gonna do one more while you're typing, and then I'll read them all out. I'm so close, man. Feel it, man. Shoot. Ah! No! God! Alright. Okay, so Erica says, task-orientated, do mentality, not talk about mentality. Spot on. Once they have a plan, they just go do it. Very simple emotions, dense romantically. 100%. Don't have time to gossip, or, oh man, what if they don't like me? It's true, I've never thought those words. Never thought that thought. Never even crossed my mind. I either assume someone likes me or don't care. That's it. Don't talk about emotions other than base ones. Yeah, pretty much. Might feel them internally, but won't talk about it. Added, except with extremely close friends. Also true. Get to the point immediately. If they have a problem, they immediately cut to the chase instead of being wishy-washy, passive-aggressive, or give hints. 100%. Yeah. Oh, you yelled no. Thank you. Well, I appreciate the solidarity, because I goofed it. Let's keep going. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. But yeah, I think that Erica's How to Write Men list is 100% spot on. That is a perfect description of, in broad strokes, male psychology. Absolutely right. Shoot. Okay, I think that, like, the key is getting lucky, or maybe not the key, but it's very helpful to get lucky, get repeated ones. Yeah. If you get ones that are 2 in a row, the same, that helps. That shaves off, like, a good quarter second. And then beyond that, it's ones right next to each other. It really helps. So is writing a woman the complete opposites? No, I wouldn't think the opposites, right? Oh, damn it. All right, I goofed this one already. Oh, maybe not if I keep that up. Oh, yeah, no, not if they're all these opposite frickin' corners. Ooh, that did a good one for me. Yes! 25 letters! You have amazing coordination. Seriously, I'm stupefied, incredulous. We veterans do this all day long, and even we have a hard time reaching that amount. I've got to give you more money. Got to. 3 rupees per letter comes out to 75 rupees. How's that sound? Your name wouldn't have to be Link, would it? It is, isn't it? Mm-hmm. I thought you looked like the chieftain was talking about. In that case, I should have expected you to be able to pull off something like this. I've heard all about you. Yes, I sure have. You've had a rough time, Link. I feel bad making you help us. But hey, things are looking up. Our new helper's just arrived. Maybe you can give him some advice the next time you come by. Oh, goody. I'm going to go give him some advice. So, okay, John just posted it. Who is that? Who wrote that? I forget. That is a direct quote from some well-known author. Said, to write a woman, you take a man, remove all rationality and logic, and make her super emotional and crazy. Okay, never mind. It's not a direct quote. It's more like it's something more like take a man and remove all reason and accountability or something like that. Oh, where the hell is the guy? Where'd he go? What the heck, man? Where is the guy? But yeah, it's a paraphrase. Oh, he's inside. Wow, okay. He didn't pass me on the way. Erica says, it's difficult to describe how to play women because I just don't act like a well-adjusted woman, I guess. I don't know, man. You described maternal behavior, but it's not just that. Okay, yeah. We're inside. Heartflower said, difference between women's and men's tailoring is chest and waist. There's extra base measurements for the chest because there's more there for a woman's chest than versus a man's. Difference between women's and men's tailoring. Oh, you said, okay, same thing. Well, it's chest. It's I would think also things like yes, there's different measurements, but the ratios are also a little bit different, at least for default, like for default clothing. It's also why why women's dry cleaning is always more expensive, because men's shirts are a uniform shape, so you can put it on like the little steam dummy thing, right? Whereas women's shirts you have to do by hand because they're all slightly different. They're all varied depending on the tailoring. Things like that. I mean, I will say a lot of what Eric is saying about writing women is very similar to what I've said about the sort of archetypal heroine. Back when I've played Mass Effect Dragon Age, those, which are great archetypal heroine types of games. Fantastic archetypal heroine types of games. Oh, here he is. How did he get up? Whatever. But anyway, they a lot of what she's saying rings true to that. Women are, as she says, very into in-group, out-group. So you have to get into talking about women who feel very strongly about in-group preferences, thus shun people not in the in-group or those who are those that are friendly. Seek to bring people into the group. Heartflower continues. As for the waist of women's clothing, that's more tailored part versus the hip. Yeah, oh, yeah, because it's tailored in, right? Eric says, honestly, I would think more about it. Think about it more that the woman would be more of a spiritual and emotional badass more than physical. If they're in the story doing backflips and beating up people bigger than them, it's not really that realistic. It's why women usually are usually the quote heart of groups from the cliche. Yeah, I think so. I've got a video about it. I've got a video about female heroines and the female hero's journey, the heroine's journey, as I've referred to it. I was talking about it back when I was streaming Mass Effect. This was at this point years ago. but I have a nice clip from it. I'll post a link to it around in different places. Probably in media, or maybe gaming, or I'll probably put it. I'll put it somewhere in Discord, and I'll put it in the description when we're done. Imsim says you use a gun, great equalizer. Yes, but okay, watch out for that because a gun still works symbolically as a weapon, and it still crafts her in a particular way, characteristically. So be careful with that. They want to gather people in order to solve a problem, more communal, democratic. If they're in the action, then they better have a ranged weapon. Yeah, okay, there you go, yeah. Keep them vulnerable. Let them make mistakes. Let them not good at everything. Know they have failings and need help. Maybe something like something more significant ranged. I almost think indirect fire support. Like suppressing, like squad automatic weapon kind of thing. Fire support, suppressing fire. Like she's basically still using weaponry that is effective in a gunfight, but something that is her role in the combat is to aid and support the other characters. Something like that. Major general, modern fashion, and fashion historical nerd. Hell yeah, man. Maybe she struggles in the first book with loading and charging a gun. Eventually she masters it. Yeah. I mean, marksman could work, but it's a little bit direct in its combat application for the feminine archetype. I might not go for it. It might characterize her in the wrong way. That's all I'm saying. I want a scene where she's terrified after a dino chases her and she's hyperventilating. Yeah, nice. I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, if you get chased by a dinosaur, I don't blame her. More patient generally, have better eyesight in general. Yeah, I mean, okay, marksman is, I guess it's a support role, but it's also a direct combat role. Because you are directly taking out opponents rather than like suppressing or aiding or something like that. Big for a child to protect? Maybe at some point in the story, maybe. Like she takes on the role of caring for an orphan child or something like that. Even if it's only for part of the book, even if it's only for one book or something like that. You could do that. Evil scientist's daughter caught up in the craziness. Yeah, okay, that could work. She finds her near the end of the first book, has to take care of her through part of the second book, something like that. I think that could work. One of the best examples are Cliché again. I know Sarah Connor, Ripley. Sarah's doing all of this out of extreme maternal instincts. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a good example. What in the world are you doing with your neck, buddy? Hey man, I'm the new part-timer. Green clothes and a green hat. Pardon me for asking, but you're Link, aren't you? Yep. Aha, I knew it! You're a legend among the part-timers here. I really admire you, man. Just once, I'd love to see the legendary 25-letter sort. Do your best, man. Oh, fuck off. I was not ready for this, man. Oh, shoot. Oh, balls. More balls. Are you serious? I'm gonna get like 20, maybe. Oh, well, maybe. Okay, 23 is not bad. I'll try again, though. 23 letters. Man, you must be Bush. Can't wait to see you try again, though. Yeah, I'm in. I'm doing it. I'm committed. It's close. 23 again, man. Erica says I would just be careful to make sure that the kid, if you choose to include one, is not just like an object to protect. you have to characterize the relationship well. Like I said, for some reason, describing women is like hard. I don't usually play women. It's true. It's true. I don't either. So partially because I don't have experience as a woman. Partially, and I am less imaginative than Erica is. So there's that. Just, I guess I think of it in terms of RP characters for my tabletop games. Which, yeah, it's the same thing. Writing a character in a novel is more or less the same thing. So yeah, no problem. Damn it. Oh, that close, man. Um, Sim says, in 30 years, I'll probably be helping with the tabletop board game based on this. I think a video game or movie might come first. Maybe. I mean, a tabletop game is much easier to adapt for from a novel. So yeah, I think that actually could be an easier first step than a video game would. Try again, and then I'll get back to reading you guys. Sorry, maybe I'm getting a little behind here, but I'm committed. Damn it. This is all I'm gonna have time for tonight. I have that feeling. Shoot. Three. Heartflower says, there we go to quicker typing. Yes, most any fashion-related questions I can answer. An interesting thing is historical women's wear took from more typical male tailoring at the times. Oh yeah, like throughout most of the Middle Ages, a waifish waist, or like not waifish, waspish waist, so like a narrow waist flaring to the hips, was a men's fashion choice. Particularly in late medieval armoring. Like if you look at like early Renaissance plate mail, like 14th, 15th century especially, you find like almost absurdly narrow waists on men's armor. Really, it's kind of crazy. Grifflin named Hindenburg. Of course you did, John. You're not keeping to a theme though, man. Erica said, my favorite character was a late teen who is a badass, but like she focused more on wanting to help people rather than kill people. She convinced her adventuring party to knock out an entire fortress of bandits instead of kill them. Okay, wait, almost. All but two. I think it was the wizard killed two of the bandits, one of whom his family was very upset about it. Then she rehabilitated the bandit chief, was the whole story. It was a good story, though. Like, she cared about people and kept trying to befriend everyone and everything, kept checking in on people to make sure they were all right, even after the missions were over, which was great. It was so good for it's so good for as a characterization, but also, oh my gosh, excuse me, it's great for world building too, because then you've got a character who wants to interact with all the NPCs. In other words, you've got a main character who wants to interact with secondary characters, putting it in literary terms. Of course, she kind of went insane and ran at werewolves, screaming, bite me, you won't. We got in the Curse of Strahd module. Every character goes insane when you get to Curse of Strahd, so it's hard to blame her. Chatting with my phone now, so I can actually type pretty well. Oh, good. That's fine. That's good. How much time I got? I have 15 minutes to finish this stupid minigame. Down the rest of my coffee and let's go. 25-liter sort, man. Oh, frick. What the hell am I doing? Yeah, man, I'm a little bushed. I'm a little bushed. I also have this sort of rightful heir archetype. Okay, I dig it. That's always good to have, especially if anything that's even vaguely fantastical. The other female character was a battlefield medic who was forcibly retired after getting caught offsides in a losing battle, came out of retirement to join a government problem-solving squad. Oh, Castle, right? Your GURPS version of Castle, right? A guy within the Nazi ranks is descended from King Wilhelm II. One of his sons, who died fighting in World War II, transported to this world. By the end of the first trilogy, he combines both German factions. Interesting. Good night, John. See you later. I'm probably going to call it quits soon, at least when I finish this stupid game. By the way, I will say I had no intentions of actually finishing this stupid minigame before tonight. I didn't even know you could finish this minigame. I honestly thought that this was just a way of getting rupees. I don't think I ever actually did finish this in my earlier playthroughs. Maybe I did. I don't know. Don't let your Drifloon pop. Well, it's already dead. It's a ghost, so anyway. Put Nazism and communism aside, he creates a new German empire. The Germans put aside their hateful ideologies. Okay. Be careful that it's not too simple. Too simple of a solution, you know? There's got to be some difficulties left over from it. I'm going to show after this playthrough, play some Resident Evil 2 Classic. Yeah. Imagine one of the last scenes of coordination. Yeah, okay. Okay. Oh, he did name it the Hindenburg. Yeah, it's gotta get worse. Just, you know, don't let it get attacked by fire types. That's all. Right? Oh god, come on, man. I can do this, man. What the? My finger slipped. Feeling it. I'm feeling it. I said I'm feeling it. I said I'm feeling it. I almost got it. Okay, another war in the second children following the protagonist's children. Okay, okay. I mean, that kind of thing does really make the story about the world, which I think probably works in a setting like this. It should work. There we go. Oh my gosh, 26 letters. Amazing, man. I'm so impressed. Seriously, man. I gotta tell my mom back home all about this. I just gotta. I got a favor to ask you, man. I'm still new here, so I'm not allowed to leave. Would you mind putting this letter to my mom in a postbox for me? Thanks a lot, man. Sure, why not? Sip says, now that I have the idea of how Dosai, got about fleshing this out and writing. Where do I begin? Oh, now that I have the idea, how do I get about fleshing this out? Where do I start writing? I have no clue. I've never written fiction well in my life. Don't ask me. Grace, you can't have sugar this late. You won't be able to sleep if you do. Yeah, don't do that. I can drink a whole 3 cups of coffee, but I'm built different. That is, with a combination of graduate school and parent of young children behind me. It's a hell of a pair of experiences to get you to work with that sleep. I guess I could just throw it in here with the other letters, but I just can't bring myself to do it. It's against the rules, man. All right, let's go do that, and then we'll come back up here. No, we won't. We'll actually call it quits before we talk to Medley. Because talking to Medley and doing the Earth Temple will be next time. next time. Coffee makes you sleepy? Always drank before sleeping in college? That's a little weird. That is a little weird. Not unheard of, I guess, but a little odd. I'd like to mail this, please. Gulp. Postage 5 rupees. Yeah, sure. I made a lot more than that doing that minigame. Alright. Oh hey, there's Windfall. You can see the lighthouse. Okay. Yeah, caffeine and even sugar made me crash as a kid. I'm assuming it's an ADHD symptom, which I almost certainly had. So, something like that. Less so now. I will say a lot less so now. I actually do wake up coffee, more or less. Or maybe even in some cases, it keeps me going. Alright. Well, I am tired. And despite having, 2/3 of a beer to finish, I think I'll finish it on my own time. So, yeah, I too mostly grew out of my ADHD. Oh, yeah, I Okay, so Grace, hi. I typically will refer to people by their YouTube name, unless it's somebody I know that I can refer to by name on live stream. I don't want to dox anybody or associate anyone's account with a different account or anything like that without permission. So if you're okay with me using like your actual name or a different username or whatever on live streams, just let me know. I'm okay with it. But I will usually default to whatever YouTube tells me your name was. I mean, I did say your last name, but you started it, and it was in the chat already. I don't know what you did. Besides, I actually said somebody else's last name, someone with a Portuguese last name, if I recall. Anyway, that's not the point. Point is, I'm tired. So, night, everybody. Oh, gosh, thanks for joining me again. Keep up with my class. I got, I'll let you know for next Tuesday. I've already got the video recorded and everything from a previous semester. It's on, we're going to be reading and discussing McIntyre, the first chapter of McIntyre's After Virtue, a disquieting suggestion. If you haven't seen the video, check it out. It's on my ethics playlist, which is already linked below. I'll put that in Discord and on Twitter and Facebook and stuff as Tuesday gets closer. And so we can talk about that next week in the live stream. So it'll be a lot of fun. Anyway, so good night, folks. And remember, don't be safe. Be well. More importantly, be good. Good night, everybody.